Good day, everyone. I am Christine, the moderator for this webinar. I welcome everyone to today's webinar, HIPAA, HHS, and RFK Best Compliance Strategy. I would like to introduce our presenter for today, Paul R. Hill. Paul R. Hill, JT, is widely recognized for his ability to explain HIPAA rules clearly in plain language. He is an attorney licensed to practice before the Supreme Court of United States. I would now like to hand over the floor to the speaker. Over to you, Paul.
Thank you very much, Christine. Hi, and welcome to all. We're going to discuss the HIPAA compliance requirements or strategies in a new era, and that's the era that began with the Trump administration. HIPAA is a topic, and it is the law. The HIPAA rules are the law, but it's a topic that continues to change. Let me show you the agenda for today's webinar. Here's the complete agenda. Let's take a look at HIPAA and the HIPAA rules. Where did it come from? It stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996. Office for Civil Rights, OCR, administers and enforces the HIPAA rules. Some violations of the HIPAA rules carry criminal penalties. In 2009, HIPAA was amended in a major way. It was amended by something called the HITECH Act, which came into effect in December 23rd of last year. And that is an amendment to the HIPAA privacy rule, and it's called the Privacy Rule to Support Reproductive Health Care Privacy. At the beginning of this year, after years of preparation using all of these procedures that are required to modify a HIPAA rule, the proposed modifications to the HIPAA security rule were published. So let's take a look at the HIPAA rules. There are 4 of them: the privacy rule, the security rule, the breach notification rule, and the enforcement rule. And it's really the privacy rule that's the fundamental rule. Let's take a look at the HIPAA privacy rule, and specifically at reproductive health care privacy. And this has been in effect mandatory since December 23rd of 2024, 2022, which overruled the Doe case that had prohibited abortions. It sets up prohibited uses and disclosures of reproductive health, protected health information. There is also a definition of seeking, obtaining, providing, or facilitating reproductive health care. Now let's take a look at the HIPAA security rule and the pending security rule modifications. The proposed security rule modifications include some very specific information about risk analysis. You would have to do an internal audit every 12 months. What about probable Trump administration restrictions? Project 2025, Chapter 14. So what we expect, given the campaign pending security rule modifications, numerous questions about burdens. HHS may in fact make substantial changes. Modifying the HIPAA rules takes time. Administrative Procedure Act. So it was passed by Congress after World War II. Now there are other HIPAA enforcers, and this is important. Data breach class action, private plaintiffs, class action health data breach lawsuits. They're multiplying rapidly. Best practices for all HIPAA-regulated organizations, and state attorneys general can enforce it. So this audit is on the HIPAA security rule, your basics for compliance. Review, update your policies, your procedures. So what do? You got to have a privacy official and a security official. And the most common violation is risk analysis. I'm going to go through this quickly in the interest of time, what are called threats, vulnerabilities, and risks. And level of risk is the degree of harm. What is the impact? In other words, how bad would it be? How likely is it? And what controls? That's your risk management program that's active, documented, and in place. Workforce training, policies and procedures that you must have in place. This is important. And it's a threat alert, and it's brand new. Credentials that had been stolen, scripts and messages, whether vishing, which is calling on the phone, phishing, emails, smishing, social short, text messaging, and the newest one is quishing. So providing the phishing training for everybody is really essential. A motto, think before you click, that HIPAA compliance is an ongoing process. Performing the risk analysis and adjusting risk management in a timely manner enables you to reduce the risks. Just keep doing it. So we've covered the things that I said I would cover. This is a link to the HIPAA eTool website. I want to thank you for the opportunity to, for your time and for the opportunity to provide you with this information. So that's it, Christine. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Bol. That concludes the session for today. Thank you everyone for participating, and you may all disconnect now and have a great day ahead.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.